We've had some changes to the agenda. So we'll vote to approve the changed agenda. Do we need to approve the agenda changes or just move on?
What are the agenda changes?
Well, we have the property on Yuma has withdrawn their application and the property on Coolidge has asked to continue.
We'll just go through them and have actions. The first one,
Okay.
especially the third one we have.
Okay. All right. So do you do roll call before or after I read this? Sorry.
Read that.
Okay. The Zoning Board of Adjustment is a quasi-judicial board created by the City of Ames. The board's purpose is to decide on applications, special use permits, exceptions, and variances to the zoning ordinance, applications for conditional use permits in the floodplain, requests for reasonable accommodation because of a disability, and appeals of decisions of the zoning enforcement officer. As a board of the city, we welcome all testimony. We make our decisions based on the facts and evidence as allowed under city code and presented in open meeting. Testimony before the board must be given under oath or affirmation. If the proceedings become lengthy, we may ask that testimony be focused on new facts or evidence not already presented. We ask that you come to the microphone if you wish to speak so that your testimony will be audible and may be recorded. Before speaking, please complete an information card and hand it to the recording secretary. When you are testifying, please address your remarks to the board. We also ask that the proceedings be orderly. The Zoning Board of Adjustment is an independent volunteer board of citizens. We are not part of the city administration. We are served in our efforts by Mark Lambert, City Attorney, Vicki Philmeyer and Jane Chang, Assistant City Attorneys, Kelly Diekman, Planning and Housing Director, and Parker Walsh, City Planner, Natalie Reckmeyer, Recording Secretary. The order of proceedings for each application will be as follows. First, an oral statement summarizing the issues and procedural steps will be presented by the staff. Second, testimony and evidence will be presented by the applicant. Third, testimony may be heard from any members of the audience who wish to speak in support of or in opposition to the appeal. Next, the board will give the applicant and city staff an opportunity to present concluding summaries and arguments. And finally, the board will discuss the issues and evidence and come to a decision. First item on the agenda tonight is approval of the minutes from the July 23rd meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oh,
I move to approve the minutes.
I will second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. The second item on the agenda was a public hearing for a variance at 1005 Yuma Avenue, which has been withdrawn, we believe.
Yep. So the applicant contacted us after publishing the report on Friday and asked to have the item withdrawn from consideration. So it will not return to you. It's considered withdrawn, and they intend to meet the fence requirements and modify the structure.
Okay. The next item on the agenda is a public hearing on a request for a variance to reduce the side setbacks for a 2-story home from 8 feet to 6 feet along the south property line and 4 feet along the north property line at 216 North Hazel.
Julie, I think you can identify that you've got a board member who has indicated refusal and refuse on the record.
Okay, we do have a board member that is on the phone and not here in person that has identified a conflict and would like to recuse himself.
Caleb, can you state that as well?
Yeah, because of my personal relationship with the applicant, I'd like to recuse myself from voting on that matter.
And since we only have 3 members, only 2 of which can vote on the item, we will need to continue the public hearing until the next
So at this point, I would look at the applicant. The next meeting available is September 10th. I have no other dates before that we have the ability to schedule for a meeting. So it would have to be September 10th or later for this item to be continued. I would let the applicant respond if there's anything other than September 10th that they would propose. Okay, so
So-
we would recommend to staff to continue the item then to September 10th specifically.
Okay. So is there a motion to move the public hearing for 216 North Hazel to the next available meeting on September 10th?
So moved.
Second? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 And the next item, the last item on the agenda, is a public hearing on a request for a variance to the 8-foot side yard setback in the Residential Low Density Zoning District at 1420 and 1422 Coolidge Drive.
The applicant, once they found out that the board was only going to have 3 members tonight, they, as our code allows, requested for their item to be continued, hoping for additional members to be present at the next meeting. So they are requesting that the board approve continuing it to September 10th as well.
I move to continue the public hearing for 1422 Coolidge Drive to the next available meeting or September 10th.
Well, second?
Second.
Oh, sorry. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 And do I have a motion to adjourn?
Just quick comment for the 3 of you that are here with the 2 continued items. We also have 2 pending. So we're at least 4 items for September 10th. There could be more. We're really going to have to encourage attendance. Again, we want to, like Caleb is doing tonight, we can do Zoom, we can do call in to help further attendance to the meeting and make sure we're able to address the applications we have.
You know, historically, we've not
Okay.
like set a special meeting, but I mean,
I
we
think,
can arrange that.
yeah, and so after tonight, we're going to reach out to all the members. We need to make sure we have a solid quorum for that meeting or find an alternative date. Once we have 4 or 5 people waiting for items, we have to get through them. So we'll be in touch with all the members to make sure this works.
Yeah, I will make it a priority and attend virtually or in person. I apologize for today.
Thank you, Caleb.
Okay,
I move to adjourn.
we're adjourned.
All
Second.
right. Thank you.